learn how to create patterns for a blouse design that you see in this picture. The front of the blouse has a deep U-shaped neck, and also you can see that the shoulder has been made narrow. Even for the back, the shoulder is quite narrow, so that means measuring from higher shoulder point, you can keep a shoulder width of about 4 centimeters here. The front has a center front opening here. You can install zipper or you can make a placket here. You can see that the front has princess panels. So this princess panel has the seam line starting from the shoulder, the end of the shoulder line connecting to the position of the waist fitting dart here. Also, there is no need to keep any dart at the side seam. Maybe you could use 2 different fabrics here in both these panels. Also, you can see that it hardly has any armhole curve. It's been converted to a design which is almost similar to halter neck style. So the armhole shape of the back is similar to front armhole shape. And also at the back you can see a deep V-shaped neckline yoke. If you want good fitting, you can keep darts at the waistline. To give a beautiful designer blouse kind of a look, you can keep this neckline transparent. That means you can use a transparent fabric here. Now let me tell you how to convert the front bodice block into a style like this one. Trace the front basic bodice block on a fresh sheet of paper. Take a paper which is little lightweight like 70 or 80 GSM. You have to trace even the bust darts, the waist darts, the bust line, and remember to mark the bust point. Now you have to cut out on the legs of the side dart. You have to cut out on the legs of waist dart. Now the pattern looks something like this. Now you have to shift the fullness of the side dart to the waist area. All you have to do is take one leg of the side dart and just bring it closer to the second leg, and then you can seal off this gap with a masking tape or a cello tape. Now you will notice in your pattern the waistline dart has become slightly wider to accommodate the fullness of the side dart. Now from higher shoulder point you have to measure inside on the shoulder seam 4 centimeters, and from this point you have to draw a line until the apex point. Now you have to cut out on the lines that you see in red. So here you have 2 patterns, that means 2 panels. One is the front center panel having the princess seam, and the second pattern is the front side panel having the princess seam. Near the bust line area you have to mark 2 notch marks. The pattern is still not ready because we have to shape the armhole like how you see in this flat drawing. Now at the underarm level on the princess seam of the side panel you have to go up about 10 centimeters. It's according to your desire. If you want to keep less, you can keep less height here. Now from this point you have to draw a nice curve until the underarm point. Now you have to cut on this line. So you'll get a shape something like this. Now it's time to shape the neckline. From higher shoulder point measure diagonally 21 centimeters, and from this point you have to draw squared dotted lines even from the higher shoulder point, and using these squared dotted lines as your guideline, draw one neat U-shaped neckline curve. Cut on this line. Now for the adaptation of back pattern, you have to trace the back bodice block on a fresh sheet of Manila craft paper. The weight should not be exceeding 100 GSM, otherwise it will be too thick for any sort of pattern manipulation or dart manipulation. Now, from higher shoulder point, you have to go inside 4 centimeters, and also from bottom at center back you have to go up 10 centimeters and mark a point here. Now you have to connect these 2 points that you have marked on shoulder and on the center back with a dotted line. Now using this dotted line as your guideline, you can draw a slightly V-shaped curve. This is your yoke line seam. Now at the underarm level on the yoke line seam, go up about 10 centimeters, and from this new point you have to draw one slight curve until the underarm point. So this is the shape of your yoke line that you see in red line. You have to cut it out, and this is the new armhole shape that you see in red color. You have to cut it out.